I just got home from work, and the most exciting package that I've ever received is outside. Like, this is what I made the channel for, is what's in this box. And I'm going to show it to you. This box has traveled across the world to get to me. I'm so excited, and you don't even know what it is. And I think I'm going to keep it that way for a little bit. I'm going to open this. I can't open it right now. I've got too much stuff going on, but I'm going to open it on camera to show you what I'm going to be doing, and it's going to be awesome. Like, I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked about this. It's going to be great. So, I don't know. Stay tuned. Watch. It's going to be awesome. Or don't watch. It's time to earn the name Built. When I was 12, I bought a game called Need for Speed Underground. That was the first time that I realized you could change a car and make it look however you want. And the coolest thing that I saw in that game was a wide body kit. And since then, I've been like obsessed with them. My first car was a kit car. It was super wide. It was all made of fiberglass. And since then, I really haven't had a wide bodied car. And I've always wanted to do it. And so in 2015, I saw kind of the trend of the overfender thing catching on, and saw Rocket Bunny coming into the game. And I was a little late on that, I know, but I fell in love. Like, I fell in love with the bolt-on fenders, the race car look, and really the publicity. I mean, it's a love or hate kind of thing, and I definitely love it. So I started trying to figure out, okay, well, how can I get a Rocket Bunny kit on my MR2? And the answer at first was, okay, they're producing these kits like crazy at the time. I mean, there was a new one coming out. It seemed like every single month, but the MR2 never got one. And so I started looking around and trying to figure out how I could get a Rocket Bunny kit onto my MR2. I saw the S13. I compared the two side by side online, but I never really made that jump to buy the fenders. And then recently I saw a Rocket Bunny S13 in person for the first time, and I had to try it. So this is the Rocket Bunny version 1 kit. It's pretty flexible, which is a good thing for me. I'm going to be cutting this thing to pieces, but this is going to give me a good blank canvas to start on, and give me something to kind of work off of. I tried actually off camera, when I first started the channel, I tried building fender flares for this. It didn't work. So this is how we're going to do it. I know I'm going to use the big flares, like the main flare part. I'm probably going to have to make my own kind of cutbacks. Things I don't like about these is most of the Rocket Bunny kits you see, they kind of cut back to the bumper, or turn back right at the bumper line, and same in the front fender to expose the back tire. These do not. This is an earlier style. That's why I got them, because they're so cheap, because it's the old style that nobody wants. So I'm going to make some parts out of fiberglass to cut them back and do all that cool stuff. Anyway. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. Again, this right here, ignore it. I'm not going to use it. Now, I have to go a certain distance down with these in order to not have to lower the car more. I'm going to basically make it even with the stock fender. I may raise it a little bit and open that wheel opening up a little bit. That's just something I'm going to have to cross, a bridge I'm going to have to cross when I get there. But here's what I like about where I'm at right now. First thing I like is right here. It's got this kind of groove, but what's cool is I think I can line this groove up with my scoop here and make that work. I'll probably cut away around the scoop. I'm not sure, it depends on how it looks mounted. I'm gonna have to fill this area, but not that much actually, because I'm gonna chop it right here at this body line and push it back under that way, build a new piece. And then I'll chop it down there so it's even with the bottom of the car. And then here, I'm gonna chop it somewhere in this area, cut it straight, pull it back kind of in, and maybe chop away some of the fender if I have to so that the wheels can clear. And then up here, I'm going to probably use the piece right here just to finish that out, and then cut it where I need to cut it and then build what I gotta build. It's gonna be a lot of custom work, but I really think I like it. I think I like the look. So, let me get a couple shots from around the car. Alright, so for some reason, when I put them on, I put them both on about a ½ inch too far back. At least that's what I think. So I'm going to move them up. So I've got to find a way to temporarily secure them. I've watched several people do this. Normally, they just like run a screw into the car. I don't know if I'm there yet. Because I'm not 100% sure this is where they need to be. Here's the deal, the openings for the Nissan are way bigger. And I really don't want to open this up too much. Really, I don't want to open it up at all. I want to keep the wheel openings about the same so the car looks proportional. Tempting to run a screw into it and just get over the whole, like, messing the car up for eternity thing. Or I could tape it and use the tape as reference points. Because I am anxious to get it cut down a little bit so it actually fits the car a little better. The only thing I really don't want is you see a lot of wide body cars, maybe not a lot, but you can tell when a wide body car has been done by someone that doesn't know what they're doing. Because the fenders sit too low, which when the fenders are made for the car, it's really hard to mess that up, but when it's something like this, it's universal, it's easy to make the fenders sit too low, and then it just it looks really weird, really terrible. And I've really only got one shot at making them sit right, aside from buying another set of fenders, which I don't want to do. Okay, I think I like the height that they're at. I'm going to shift them forward, and then I'm going to use some tape pieces on the body and on the fender to kind of line it up. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. So the back, I think it works. It looks like it's centered. I think I can make it believable that that was made for this car. Obviously, I'm going to have to cut this off right here, and then I'm going to cut about right there where that gas cap is and make a new piece. So that's good. That's cool. The front is giving me some grief. I'll show you what I mean. And really, it's not that it's giving me grief. It's just that I've seen another car that did this, and I've seen a few more that have retrofitted Rocket Bunny kits to other cars, and saw some Lexuses that looked really good. I saw a BMW that looked decent, but the front fender was off. I mean, it was tilted forward, and it made it look kind of weird. So I just want to make sure I get it right. And I feel like if I'm going to get it right, or if I'm going to get it wrong, it's going to happen at this stage, not later on. The fender looks like it fits the car. Looks decent on camera. So this one is going to be cut about right here or so. Might go all the way down to the molding line. I don't know. I hadn't decided that part yet, but definitely going to cut it. I think I'm going to take this into Photoshop, work it out a little bit in there, and then figure out if this is my final spot. I'm just going to do a quick Photoshop of the fenders. I just want to make sure they're in the right spot before I start mounting and cutting everything. So I'm going to pull the front and the rear fender apart and really make sure I know kind of what my end goal is. All of the V2 kits have cutaways in them on the back so the tires are exposed. So I'm going to do that in the front fender, just kind of make a cutaway there, and then also do it on the back. I'm using pictures to reference just the whole time. I want to make sure this really looks like Rocket Bunny could have made this kit from the factory. So I'm cutting away at the top of the front fender, building it down a little bit to follow the door line, and then the rear fender will get cut away as well. It's not really going to get built down, the tire will just hang out. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. That's pretty much what I'm going for. I'm going to drag the pictures down on top of the bottom car so I can kind of see where I'm at. Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Cool. And we'll try the front one, let's see. That's alright. I think this is going to work. I have a better idea what I'm doing now. Alright, so that's it. I think that's where I'm going to mount the fenders, or somewhere close to that. I went ahead and ordered some wheel spacers to put my wheels out where I want them to go. So once I pull them out a little bit and I can actually see where the wheel is going to sit, I'll know better about where I want my fenders. But I think this is going to be really, really close. I'm actually going to leave them taped to the car for this next week. I'm not going to drive it, and get the spacers on there and just see what we're working with. Once the spacers are on, I'm going to start cutting things and mounting things. So it should be really exciting. If you want to see more of this build, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. I'll also post one right here. And yeah, hopefully I'll be doing a lot more of this if you guys like it. I think I'm going to like it a lot. See ya.